In this class number 3 of our Transport Refrigeration course, we will examine the meaning of Alarm Code 04 on Thermo King equipment. To begin with, this alarm is identified by the manufacturer with a yellow color, which indicates a warning or abnormal condition, but not necessarily a serious failure. However, its appearance is a clear indication that the system is operating outside its optimal parameters and requires technical attention to prevent progressive performance degradation, increased energy consumption, or risks to cargo preservation. It is common for this alarm to appear intermittently when demanding operating cycles begin or during environmental variations, which is why it is advisable to record the conditions, ambient temperature, time, load, and defrost cycles when it occurs in order to obtain a more accurate diagnosis. In the description of this video, you will find the link to our complete Transport Refrigeration course with Thermo King and Carrier equipment. Alarm Code 04 is related to the supply air temperature delivered to the refrigerated compartment or to one of its zones, which means that the controller has detected a value outside the expected range from the corresponding probe. This variation may be due either to a reading failure, sensor or wiring, or to a real condition at the evaporator, lack of airflow, frost formation, obstruction, or a problem in the refrigeration circuit. For this reason, when this code appears, not only should the sensor be checked, but it is also necessary to observe the physical condition of the evaporator, ice accumulation, dirt on fins, proper operation of the evaporator fan, and to verify operating parameters of the unit such as pressures, airflow, and defrost cycles in order to determine whether the cause is electrical, electronic, or mechanical. It is important to investigate the cause of this alarm and take corrective action before it turns into a serious failure. A quick and structured investigation reduces equipment downtime and prevents major damage to the compressor or losses in the cold chain. The focus should be placed on the sensor responsible for reporting the supply air temperature to the controller, since this component is the primary source of information for diagnosis and regulation of operating tasks. Additionally, this sensor detects the cooling quality and heat absorption of the supply air when compared with the reading from the return air temperature sensor. Before drawing any conclusion, it is essential to check the physical installation of the supply air temperature sensor, ensuring it is properly secured and in direct contact with the supply air, as well as its environment, insulation, presence of moisture, corrosion at terminals, in order to ensure a reliable reading and avoid false positives that could interrupt operations. You can access our complete Transport Refrigeration course through the link in the description of this video. Main causes of Code 04 related to the sensor. A. Open sensor circuit. If the Thermo King unit uses a PT1000 sensor, the control module detects an open circuit when the resistance measurement is greater than 1300 ohms, which usually indicates a broken conductor, loose connectors, or damage caused by vibration or corrosion. Second, short circuit in the circuit or sensor. The controller detects a short circuit when the sensor resistance is less than 600 ohms, a condition that may result from accidental bridging between conductors, moisture ingress, or contact with metallic surfaces. Third, sensor out of calibration. The resistance value does not match the actual temperature, which may be due to sensor aging, damage caused by overheating, or reading errors caused by leakage currents or electrical interference. In all cases, it is recommended to compare the reading with another reference probe and review the technical documentation of the equipment to confirm the exact thresholds. In the description of this video, you can access our Transport Refrigeration course. Recommended checks. Review controller data to verify that the sensor sends consistent and accurate signals, observing trends and instantaneous values. Check for damaged sensor wiring, including cuts, crushing, or deteriorated insulation that could affect the measurement. Inspect sensor connections to the controller, ensuring proper tightening and absence of corrosion on terminals and connectors. Ensure that the sensor is not exposed to extreme temperatures or conditions that may affect its performance, such as direct contact with steam, liquids, or airflow outside its specified range. If sensor failure is suspected, test with another sensor to determine whether the problem lies in the sensor itself or in the reading circuit. Finally, use a multimeter to check the continuity of the PT1000 sensor, ensuring there is no interruption in the circuit. Perform these measurements with the equipment powered off and follow the manufacturer's safety recommendations. Special considerations for PT1000 sensors, two-terminal sensor. Disconnect the sensor and measure the electrical resistance between its two wires using a multimeter, preferably with the instrument set to an appropriate range and with test leads in good condition to avoid contact errors. Remember that the sensor must not be tested while connected because the controller's excitation current will alter the reading and may damage the instrument or the sensor. The PT1000 sensor has a positive temperature coefficient, meaning its resistance increases as temperature rises, allowing it to be used as a linear measuring element over a wide range. The sensor is calibrated to have an approximate resistance of 1000 ohms at 0 degrees Celsius. PT1000 equals 1000 ohms at 0 degrees Celsius. For calibration verification, the reading can be compared with a reference at a known point, for example, an ice bath at 0 degrees Celsius, or with the manufacturer's resistance table to confirm correct operation. How to measure continuity of the circuit that triggers alarm 04. Use a multimeter and disconnect the sensor. Set the multimeter to continuity mode, audible signal, and check the integrity of the conductor from the sensor connection point to the controller input. Place one probe on one terminal where the PT1000 sensor connects and the other end of the same wire where it enters the controller. The goal is to verify that the cable has no breaks or defective splices that could cause erratic readings. If the multimeter indicates continuity, there will be a beep or a reading close to 0 ohms, meaning the circuit is complete. If the multimeter shows OL or infinite, it indicates an open circuit. Ensure the sensor is disconnected and without electrical power to avoid damaging the sensor or the multimeter, and document your results for the technical report. How to measure the resistance of a PT1000 sensor with a multimeter. A. Set the multimeter to measure resistance, ohms, in a range covering approximately 0 to 2000 ohms for accurate readings. Touch the probes to the PT1000 sensor terminals and record the reading, performing the measurement in a stable environment and avoiding leakage currents that may affect the result. B. Compare the value with the manufacturer's manual and resistance tables for different temperatures. If the reading differs significantly from expected values, the sensor may be damaged or out of calibration. Remember, PT1000 resistance varies with temperature and should be measured in a stable environment, ideally with the sensor thermally stabilized. Normal resistance values can be found in the manufacturer's table, and if drift or systematic error is suspected, calibration or replacement of the sensor is recommended. How to measure the supply voltage of the PT1000 sensor. Set the multimeter to measure voltage in the appropriate range, and with the equipment safely energized, place the probes on the PT1000 sensor terminals to verify the excitation voltage provided by the controller. If the reading appears negative, reverse the probes to correct polarity. Record the measured voltage and compare it with the manufacturer's manual values, ensuring that the supply signal and reference are within specified limits to avoid incorrect readings. If the voltage is incorrect, the sensor may not be receiving adequate power, and the source should be investigated: fuses, controller outputs, or wiring. If the voltage is very low or absent, there may be a problem in the unit's electrical circuit, which must be investigated. It is also recommended to check for electrical noise or voltage drops that may affect the measurement.